And now, RSM, the Ram Sports Magazine Show.
Good evening and welcome to RSM, Ram Sports Magazine Show. I'm your host, Anthony Keith. The biggest news to come out of CSU this week, the volleyball squad has claimed their third consecutive Mountain West Conference regular season title. So I'm going to start things off on this show, taking a look back at that match on Friday against the University of Wyoming.
But that set the tone for what we were doing. It took Wyoming out of what they want to do. And if Wyoming's not in system, we're going to block them. And we also did a really good job. They run what we call a 1-3, so two quicks in front of the setter, and we did a really good job on that this time. We didn't do a good job on that in Laramie. So that was pretty key. You know, somebody asked me about Jody Purdy and how we held her to the numbers that we did. We blocked the ball well, but she was on the back row a lot. You know what I mean? Because we were running points when she was not a front row player. Had some nice long point runs. But still, you know, I don't like hitting 138 and 135 and winning sets. I don't think it's realistic, but we did it, you know. And the one thing Wyoming did at the end was they just said, look, we're going to start bombing serves, and they put their servers way deep, and had a couple of really nice servers in that game that caused us some problems. And we've got to, you know, I'm glad it happened to us because we've got to learn to compose ourselves in those situations and just scramble to get side outs. But, you know, it's interesting to me. I thought we blocked the ball very well today. We only had 8 blocks, but we did a great job blocking because it fouled them up. It disrupted them. They hit a lot of, you know, they hit errors, but they just didn't kill balls. You know what I mean? We had a lot of continuances, a lot of digs. And so, you know, if you look at the difference in digs, it's monumental. And that, considering how good I think they are on defense, if we got a ball by the block, we killed it or it went out of bounds. We were very high error hitting today. Kind of weird. But you know, we hit some errors in some of their point runs, but I really felt like our hitters were hitting the ball pretty good. You know, most of our errors were deep. They were aggressive errors, and I can live with those. So it's a good win. We needed this win, and proud of our team. I'm very proud of Kate. I thought Kate was a warrior tonight, and wonderful senior night for her. I'm glad that we had over 3,000 of Kate's best friends out here to watch. There were some visions, but I'm trying, you know, I went in the locker room between 2 and 3 and I didn't say anything. Some of the players did, but I didn't say anything about, hey, remember what happened last night? You know, the fact is you just got to go out and execute. And, you know, that's what we did. And, you know, when we serve and block like that, other teams just don't get in any kind of rhythm at all. And so, you know, we're getting a lot of easy digs. I mean, we have dug them 44 to 15. That's like 19. That's insane, you know, and that's good stuff.
I think it was really good for us to see that we went into this match knowing that that's how it was going to be. And the first 2 sets, they weren't in system very much, so that's why we had that huge lead. But we knew it was going to be like that, and we expected the game to be like that. So I think we just went in with that same mentality. But it's really good because we have had so much spacing between teams, so I think it's good to get in endgame situations where it really counts.
And you know, you just need to be feeling that stress, and you need to be in a situation where, you know, you've had a couple points scored on you and you got to get a side out. And you know, I think we got players that can do it. So I was happy that we finally did it. I mean, they did get a 6-point run on us, but other than that, we played pretty, you know, flawlessly.
That felt amazing, honestly. I mean, I don't know how much more I can say besides that. It just, I think everything started clicking, and I'm most comfortable with that area of serving, so I think I just felt extra lucky.
Oh, for sure. It's so cool, and it's so cool to see Carly, she's such a good server in practice, and she really pushes us, and for her to get that in a game and like get recognition for it, it's awesome. People have been talking about this day for the last couple of weeks, and every time I'm like, stop talking, I'm not listening. It's hard because, I don't know, Kate and I have been through a lot together through the last 2 years that I've been here, and we've become really close friends, and it's hard to see, but it also is really exciting because this is an earlier senior night in the year. So we still have so much more time and so much more potential to grow throughout the rest of the year. So it just kind of kicks off the end of the season, I think.
Don't go anywhere just yet. Coming up next after the break, I speak one-on-one with Megan Plord. Stay tuned.
You're watching RSM, the Rams Sports Magazine Show on Northern Colorado 5.
Welcome back to RSM. Megan Plord and her team prepares to set off on a critical road trip this week with the final 2 games of conference play. I spoke to her one-on-one earlier this week. You guys clinched the Mountain West Conference title. What does that mean to you? It's your 3rd consecutive as a team.
Yeah, definitely it's really exciting. I definitely think that we need to stay focused for these last 2 road matches, though, just so we can win them and use that momentum going into the tournament, because the tournament is going to be a big part for us getting into the NCAAs.
What does it do for your confidence level? The fact that you guys have won 7 straight matches, 21 straight sets. I mean, it's a little ridiculous when you think about it.
No, definitely. I think it gives us a lot of confidence, and and I think it gives us confidence for on the road trips too, just because on the road trips are a lot harder than at home games. So hopefully we can bring that confidence with us into those games.
Your last loss was on the road against Wyoming, and this past Friday night, 25-13 first 2 sets, and then Wyoming starts catching up. And one thing Coach touched on was that you guys need to learn to play in critical situations. Yeah. Do you feel like that's something this team has learned and can apply to the rest of the season?
Yes, I feel like we definitely have worked on that a lot, and definitely in the end game situations. So I feel like we've been doing a lot better at those situations, finishing the game strong and not letting them get point runs.
How important are these 2 final conference games before that tournament?
Definitely really important for us, just to give us more confidence going into the tournament and getting that extra practice on the road in those different environments, so we can be ready for the New Mexico.
You guys moved up in the rankings again. You went from 24 to 23 this week. Like Kate was saying, it's not too important, but with the Mountain West Conference tournament in place and, the possibility of not maybe getting that done, but still getting, into the selection Sunday with your rankings, how important is this ranking this season?
I definitely think it's important, I guess, because we have the tournament this year. I guess I've never been here and we've had a tournament, so it's the first year for me, so I feel like there is a lot of pressure on us right now, just so we go in and win that tournament and get business done.
What kind of statement do you guys feel you've made to the Mountain West Conference this season so far?
I feel like we've made the statement we wanted to. We wanted to go out there and show, play at our best in all the times, and I feel like we've done really good so far.
Can you elaborate on playing at your best and what you guys need to do to take these 2 road games, to go into the tournament and take the tournament?
Definitely keeping low airs and serving tough, and as well as passing, especially going into these new gyms, new environments with their fans there. It's going to be tough for us, so I definitely think serving tough so we can disrupt their offenses, and then also passing the ball so we can run our offense and distribute the ball equally.
How different was this season for you so far? With the expectations were a little different heading into it, after losing so many key players, and you guys have lived up and gone beyond what they were. How different is this season?
I felt confident all along. I knew that going into this season and preseason that we were going to have a good team. So, and I feel like that we're all going to buy into what we wanted to do as a goal. So I feel like it's been good.
Now that you've heard from Plord, coming up next on the show, I talked to the lone senior, Katelyn Steff, who was honored on Friday's match against the University of Wyoming.
You're watching RSM, the Rams Sports Magazine Show on Northern Colorado 5.
Welcome back to the show, Rams fans. The lone senior of the volleyball squad, Katelyn Steff, was honored on Friday in a very emotional win over the Cowgirls. So I spoke to her one-on-one earlier this week. Here's what she had to say. First big thing, you guys clinched the Mountain West Conference title again. Yeah. This is your senior season. Again, it was senior night. What does that mean to you, this team getting that again for the 3rd consecutive year?
It means a lot. I think we need to remain focused, though. I think that's the big thing. We can't really get ahead of ourselves, and we still have to try and win the conference tournament to even get into the NCAAs. So I think it's important to, kind of take it for what it is, but kind of set it aside for now and go into a couple tough road matches.
Now that we're so close to that Mountain West Conference tournament, how do you feel about that it's reinstated, this season with 8 teams in the Mountain West?
I mean, we had the conference tournament my very first year here, and we kind of got rid of it because it was playing teams for a third time, and it kind of just got redundant a little bit. But I mean, it's in the season and it's in the program now, so we gotta take care of business.
Your first year here, and now it's your final year. You're the lone senior, and I got to touch on that Friday night. How emotional was that night for you? I mean, your last time here in Moby in front of the fans.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to tell myself not to cry, and I definitely did. Tried not to listen to the words too much, but just getting a standing ovation and being in front of like 3,000 people was overwhelming, but it was so awesome for everyone to be there.
Definitely huge. Few volleyball programs can say that, that many fans show up. But, a few days have gone by. Has it really settled in that, you're not going to have any more matches here at Moby?
I don't think so. I think we're still kind of hoping to clinch that bid for the NCAA, so it's kind of in the back of my mind, hopefully I'll get the chance to play here again. But I think it's so early in the season that it's really like, what was that night? I don't think it's really hit me yet.
Definitely. Now you guys have won 7 straight matches, but 21 straight sets. I mean, what does that do for the confidence level heading into these final 2 conference games?
It's almost kind of scary because it's, how is our team going to bounce back if we do drop a set to TCU or New Mexico or in the conference tournament? So I think we need to, like I said before, stay focused and just really keep pushing. Try to keep winning sets, but, bounce back if we do lose a set.
How critical are these next 2 matches?
Oh, very. It's going to be 2 tough road matches, but again, it's 3 weekends in a row on the road, and then possibly NCAAs too, so we need to get used to playing on the road, winning on the road, to be a successful program right now.
Again, with the introduction of the tournament again coming back this season, you guys moving up in the rankings this week. Normally you guys aren't focused on that too much, but this season, how much does that mean, moving up, getting to number 23 this week?
I don't think we've focused on it as much as we have. I think we know that no one in our conference has really high RPI, so we know that we need to win the conference tournament and just keep trying to win as many sets as possible. And so, I mean, it's tough, but we need to keep going, I guess.
Just focus on getting those W's. Now, I know there's still plenty of season left, but what has been your favorite memory here at CSU?
I'd have to say the one against Nebraska was huge this season, and then my freshman debut game against Florida when we beat them, when we swept them at home, it still sticks out pretty good.
And how meaningful is this season? You being the only senior, you get a senior night and you're the only one honored. That's a lot of attention.
Yeah, it was overwhelming, and it was hard just standing out there and everyone's standing for you, and that was kind of, I don't know, a little bittersweet, a little hard, I don't know, a lot of emotions.
Again, there's still plenty of matches left, but how has this season treated you? I mean, 2 times this year you've been named Mountain West Conference Player of the Week. Do you feel like you've performed up to your expectations so far?
Yeah, I think so, but I think every day I'm still trying to get better, still trying to learn the ins and outs of this outside position that's still new this year. So, I mean, it's been fun. It's been a great season, but I still want to do more.
Tom Hilbert and his squad have 2 crucial road matches this week before the Mountain West Conference Tournament. However, the football team is coming off a bye as they look ahead to the San Diego State Aztecs this Saturday. So coming up next on the show, hear from football players and head coach Steve Fairchild.
You are watching RSM, the Rams Sports Magazine Show on Northern Colorado 5.
We're back at work today. We'll use the extra day Monday to get ready for a San Diego State team. Looks like a very, very talented team, obviously. Got the premier player offensively in their running back in the conference. Very good, experienced quarterback offensively. They're running the ball very, very well, which we've struggled of late in the stopping the run defensively, so that'll be a major area of concern this week. And then obviously defensively, Rocky Long and his scheme present its own set of challenges for you offensively that will obviously need the extra day to get ready for. Looking forward to playing 3 out of 4 at home down the stretch. We need to win badly, and obviously we'd like to get things turned this Saturday at home.
Welcome back to the show, Rams fans. The CSU football team is coming off their bye in a 4-game losing streak as they hope to snap it this Saturday against San Diego State at home. Here's what they had to say in practice earlier this week.
No, I like the way we're practicing. This has been a good week. We had a good bye week. We got some work done, and it's been a good week. This football team wants to do the right thing, and like I said, they're fun to coach.
Is there any one thing you think you'll see Saturday morning that's going to let you know what this game's going to go like, or does you just have to get out and play it?
Yeah,
do you ever?
There's
see
no question.
beforehand?
Right off the bat. I mean, we're going to have to stop the run. That's without a doubt. And we got to limit the negative plays. This defense kind of tries to make you, hurt yourselves. Either by playing slow, tentative because of their looks, or overloading you and getting a free guy. So, we got to stop the run. We got to eliminate the negative plays offensively.
When you do look at their defense, though, they've given up more yards on the ground this year than
would be
normal.
They've had some Army Air Force type games.
Right.
It's statistics you got to be careful with. But anyway, yeah. I mean, hopefully we'll get some run game established.
Well, don't you go into this game a little confident after what Chris was able to do 2 weeks ago?
Well, I think we've been up and down. One offensively, 1 week, we're running the ball decent. 1 week we're throwing it decent. I'd like to think before too long here we'll put it all together. Well, I don't know if it's adversity. It's like I said. I mean, they're a really good run football team. A little bit different than last year. I think they wanted to throw the ball last year and to set up the run. They're going to run this year, and if we don't get Hillman stopped, they're going to keep handing it over and over and over. So that's the starting point defensively. And then, like I said, if we don't do anything to hurt ourselves offensively, I think we'll be in this football game late. So.
How's the knee feeling?
The knee feels really good. I've been taking good care of it and getting some rest, and it is very stable, and I feel good about it.
Were you surprised? Coaches were surprised you played as much against UNLV as you did. Were you surprised?
I was, actually. I thought I'd take every other series maybe a quarter or two, but as I got going and was going full speed, it felt pretty good, so I just kept going.
Your run game, obviously, Chris, the last couple of games has done well. How much confidence do you have with that, knowing how important it's going to be against San Diego State to pierce them somewhat with the ground game?
I feel very confident with the run defense, or the run offense, mostly because our coaches have very carefully, crafted exactly what we need to do, player by player, and I feel very confident in what they're doing, and I'm excited to do it.
But this is a defense, so you guys have to tweak a little bit what your reads are and your blocking schemes, don't you?
Yes, definitely. Everything needs to be changed. We make a lot of adjustments, but we've done it in the past, and I think we'll do it this year too.
Well, and most of you played against them last year, so how much does that help? It was more like a refresher course and learning something from scratch, wasn't it?
Yeah, it does. And this defense is mainly a thinking defense. You just have to be on top of it mentally. Like, physically it doesn't challenge you. It's the mental aspect.
First off, talking to Paul, he said that this defense is a real thinking defense. What are you worried about with the San Diego State defense?
I mean, they have a lot of scheme, a lot of twist games, and they kind of run an unorthodox defense. So we got to be ready just to be what we're trained to do and just get the guys we're supposed to do. So.
Last season, this team, you guys struggled in the red zone. I remember there was a play that you were on the goal line. It got called back. So, looking at them this Saturday, what do you guys have to do to overcome that to take down this team?
Always got to play with a lot of tenacity, a lot of heart. This is a critical game. We need this game, and we believe in each other. And I think we go out there, play hard, we can get this done. So.
What's the intensity been like in practice this week? Are the guys excited? Are they ready to pick up this final third of the season and show up with a winning final third of the season?
We definitely are. We've been playing hard, been playing like emotional, and just playing like this is a critical game. We want to make it to a bowl game, and we want to take the seniors out right. So we're practicing hard, getting ready for a big game. So
you've been putting up great numbers in the run game. I mean, obviously you're coming off a bye, but what's your confidence level like in yourself and what you've accomplished so far?
I mean, the line's been doing great holes are there. So whenever there's great holes, your running backs are always going to be successful. And I feel like we're coming together as an offense. So me and Raymond are able to run through those holes and get some good production going. So.
4-game losing streak, a lot of people see that and, kind of down about it. You guys had goals set up at the beginning of the season. You can still achieve a lot of those goals. How do you feel about that? The goals that you have set up, getting to a bowl game, finishing out, you got 3 of the 4 last games at home. What can you do with that?
It's a lot of momentum. I mean, I've got fan support, and we got people coming to watch us, and it's just about playing with heart, playing for our team, playing for our coaches, playing just to make to a bowl game. We practiced so hard, we came so far to not, so we got to take this and play with a lot of tenacity and heart. So.
Again, all season, last question. You guys have been talking about battling adversity. This week, this game, what is the adversity you guys have to overcome, battle through to beat this Aztec team?
I mean, obviously they have a good running game, and if they do score on us first, we got to get back in there and score again, and keep us in the game by no matter what happens, offensively, defensively, special teams. We got to keep fighting, and we can't give up. So,
San Diego State team, they're known for their running game. You know, Hillman, one of the best in the nation. How are you approaching this game?
You know, like Coach said, you know, one of the big things for us is to stop the run. And, you know, we're really focusing on that as a defense, really watching a lot of film on their run game, you know, trying to get the fits, you know, trying to bring our feet with the tackle and just, you know, do as best as we can to get that guy on the ground.
What worries you most about this Aztec team?
You know, I don't really like to worry about it a lot, you know. I mean, I really like to be confident going into the games, you know, and just focus on the positive stuff. So I really don't like to focus on anything that worries me, you know, so.
Well, how do you feel coming off this bye? I mean, 4 straight losses, but you still got a third of the season left.
Yeah, you know, I felt like the bye was a good thing, you know, at this time in the season, you know, coming off those losses. I felt like we needed a little bit of time to regroup, you know, everybody kind of get their mindset back, and I really feel like that bye week was a good time for that.
You guys feel like you can capitalize because 3 of your last 4 games are at home.
They are, yes, and we're working to win all 4 of those. So that's one of our goals right now. Is just to, you know, win those 4, give our chance to get back in a bowl game, and you know, finish strong.
Last question: what do you have to say to the fans? I mean, again, you guys are on a 4-game losing streak. Why do they need to come out here and support you guys?
We just, you know, we need all the fans and all the support we can get. You know, like I said, we're working hard to win these next 4 games. 3 of them are at home, so as many people as we can to have out there. I mean, shoot, it's going to be fun. So they're going to miss out on some upsets too. So.
Kickoff for that San Diego State game is set for 4 p.m. on Saturday, and the team needs as many fans as they can get at Sonny Lubick Field at Hughes Stadium. Not only that, but the men's basketball team begins their regular season on Friday against Montana. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. So tune in next week for highlights from both the basketball and the football game. Catch you next week.
You're watching RSM, the Rams Sports Magazine Show on Northern Colorado 5.